And welcome to the Wyandotte Leavenworth Area Agency on Aging and ADRC presentation on the Register of Deeds information. If this is your first video with us, hello and welcome. In this video, we will be going over information about the Register of Deeds' office in Wyandotte County, Kansas. This video is to educate the public on the Register of Deeds' responsibilities and to give insight on what documents and information the office holds. Another of its purposes is to give enough understanding of the Register of Deeds so that the community will have an easier time interacting with the office if needs be. We'll first start with an overview of the department, a general history of it along with a few facts about what the department does. Then we'll explain where to find examples of the forms you can file with the Register of Deeds. And if you're interested in deeper looks at the documents you can file, then you're in luck, as we'll go into what forms are on the office's website along with what deeds are available in Kansas. We'll also discuss how it's possible for multiple people to hold titles to Kansas real estate, how you can get copies of deeds, and what filing fees there are in Wyandotte County. We'll then give a brief description of a free service the Register of Deeds offers called Fraud Alert, and we'll answer a few frequently asked questions people have about the Register of Deeds. We will have the sources to all the information presented in this video in the description box below. So, without further ado, let's get started. If you've lived in Kansas or if you know how its counties are set up, you'll know that Kansas has 105 counties. Each one of these counties have an elected Register of Deeds. You'll see a map here, current to 2023, of each county's elected official. Wyandotte County's Register of Deeds, way over here on the right, is Nancy W. Burns. The office's responsibility is to maintain custody of and manage Wyandotte County's real estate documents. They act as the county's official repository for real estate records such as deeds, mortgages, subdivision plats, assignment, and satisfaction of mortgage. They also use safe archival practices to store that information. They've been storing information for the county going back to the territorial days, so the mid-1850s. They also offer the community access to the public records that it holds. And to ensure quality customer service for its citizens, the Register of Deeds implements statutory changes, system upgrades, program and procedure evaluation, and staff development. You'll find the office's website at www.wykokck.org/departments/Register of Deeds. You'll see an example of what their webpage looks like over here on the left. You can also go to the UG's main page and click on the link Departments and select the Register of Deeds. It will take you to their main page, which offers tabs to other pages they have, which are Documents, Recordings, Frequently Asked Questions, Fee Schedules, and their services. In the Documents link, there is a list of documents that can be filed in the Register's office. And you'll see a picture of them over here on the right. They are in PDF formats, meaning that you can open, download, and print all of the available files. Another great thing about the website is that they also have an acceptance policy listed, telling you what must be contained in a document for it to be valid and to be accepted. They also have a tab that lists additional requirements for each of the forms they have listed. We'll have a link to that list in the description box below. Now, many of the links you'll see on the Register's website are for deeds. If you're not sure what a deed is, it is a document that transfers the ownership of real estate. There are many different types that exist, but the most common forms you'll run into are general warranty deeds and quit claims deeds. There is another form of deed that is recognized in Kansas that we would be remiss if we didn't mention. It is called a limited warranty deed or a special warranty deed. This is where the current owner offers a guarantee, like a general warranty deed, but the difference between them is that the limited warranty deed's warranty applies only to the title defects that arose while the current owner owned the property. The new owner bears the risk of defects that existed before the current owner took the title. A general warranty is a guarantee from the seller to the buyer that they have a good, clear title, and it guarantees that the previous owner and their heirs have no interest in the property. You'll find two examples of this type of deed on the register's website, the general warranty deed and the joint tenancy warranty deed. Images of what those documents look like are over here on the right. A quitclaim deed is used to release the name of a person who may have interest in or claim to the property. Just like with the previous slide, the quitclaim deed has two forms, which are the general deed and joint tenancy. A transfer on death deed has ownership to real estate automatically transferred to a named beneficiary once the owner dies. The same process will happen, only with a few changes, if you file a joint tenancy transfer on death deed. Okay, so we've said joint tenancy a lot. If you don't know what that is, it is when two or more people share ownership of a property. When one of the joint tenants dies, the surviving one will gain the full title of the property. Now remember, any deed you have or will create will need to have the legal description of the property in it. If you need to confirm an original deed or if you need to confirm that there is a transfer on death deed on record, you can call the Register of Deeds' office during its business hours to do so. We'll provide the office's number at the end of this presentation. The Kansas Real Estate Sale Validation Questionnaire describes the transaction's details, including the property description and location, the buyer's name and address, and the sale price and date. Now, there is a process you must follow when filing the questionnaire, as it needs to be submitted immediately after submitting the deed. Filing it in the wrong order may cause a delay. Over here on the right are examples. You'll see both pages. The second page is just instructions and exemptions, and you shouldn't need to submit it with the first page, but it is best to check with the office to make sure you don't need to file it. Now, let's say you're living in Wyandotte County and you've decided to put both your and your spouse's names on your home's title. Or maybe you and one of your siblings have inherited a home. You may want to know how multiple people can hold a title to Kansas real estate. There's multiple ways to do so, so we're going to have a brief description of them, starting with tenancy in common. These are co-owners who each have distinct fractional interests in the real estate. Tenants in common, or co-tenants, can transfer their interests during their lifetime or by doing so in their will without affecting the other owner's interests. Joint owners who receive Kansas real estate under a deed that does not specify an ownership form are considered tenants in common. The only exception is that a deed that transfers Kansas real estate to two or more trustees in their trustee capacity creates a joint tenancy unless the deed clearly states otherwise. Joint tenants, as we've discussed earlier, share the complete title to the co-owned real estate instead of separate fractional interests, like tenancy in common. Its key feature is called the right to survivorship. It transfers a deceased co-owner's property rights to the surviving co-owner automatically. The surviving joint tenant will have sole custody of the title to the property. It's also a good option to keep in mind when you're doing estate planning, as joint tenancy can bypass probate. Also, another important thing to remember is that your deed's granting clause must clearly state the intent to create a joint tenancy if new co-owners will be joint tenants. Lastly is ownership in trust. This is where co-owners of Kansas real estate can opt out of holding a title as an individual and instead hold it as a living trust. The co-owners become beneficiaries to that trust, with one or both of them being able to serve as a trustee. Now, we're not going to go into a deep dive on how trusts work or what types of trusts are out there, as we will have a video on wills versus trusts coming out soon. But know that this is an option that is available to you. If you are planning on filing documents soon, remember that any documents you file must be originals or be certified copies. Documents must be signed, and all signatures must be properly notarized. The names of the first party, aka the grantor or mortgager's name, and the name of the second party, aka the grantee or mortgagee's name, are needed, as well as a legal description of the subject property. If you need to get a copy of a deed, you can call 913-573-2841 or you can visit the office of the Register of Deeds at 710 North 7th Street. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You can also mail a copy request to the same address. Advance payment is required for copies, so you will need to write a check payable to the Wyandotte County Register of Deeds and send it in with your copy request. These are the only two ways to request copies, as email and fax requests cannot be processed. There are fees for getting a copy through the Register of Deeds, with the first page costing $1 and $1 for every subsequent page. Certified copies are $13 per copy per document. And just like with getting copies of deeds, there are fees when filing your documents. If filing a deed, a mortgage, assignment of rent, or release of assignment of rent, it will cost $21 to file the first page and $17 for every additional page per document. There are different prices for assignment or release of mortgage, subdivision plats, and uniform commercial code documents, and you can check with the Register of Deeds website for pricing. Fees are capped at $125 for a single-family mortgage on a principal residence with indebtedness at $75,000 or less. Proof must be provided by a cap affidavit. A link to that form will be provided in the description box below. Now, if you are a homeowner, you may know a little something about property fraud. Well, if you don't, property fraud can occur when someone records a document in the county lands records office, making it look like they own your home or your property. Luckily, the Register of Deeds offers a free service to protect you and your property with Property Fraud Alert. It is an online subscription service which, once you type your name into its system, it will track possible fraudulent recordings that may affect your property. Now, it does not prevent fraud from happening, but it does work as a warning system to help subscribers take appropriate action. To subscribe for free, you can go to www.propertyfraudalert.com/kswyandotte. The link will be in the description. If you'd like more details on it, you can call Nancy Burns. Now, we're coming up at the end of our presentation, so we thought we'd answer a few commonly asked questions the Register of Deeds gets. The first being, can you record a deed for property located outside of Wyandotte County? Unfortunately, the answer to that is no. All property that you record at the Wyandotte County Register of Deeds must be located in Wyandotte County. Does Kansas require any other forms when recording a deed? We have gone over this in the presentation. The answer is yes. The real estate sales validation questionnaire is typically needed after you submit a deed. You should also consider contacting your attorney to see if there are any other forms you'll be needing to file, or you can also check with the Register of Deeds' website. Can you file a certificate of release or discharge from active duty, or DD-214? Answer to that is yes. The Wyandotte County Register of Deeds manages DD-214 military records. Can the Register of Deeds add or remove someone from your deed? Unfortunately, the answer to that is no. They cannot fill in or amend your documents. You'll need to contact your attorney regarding any changes to your documents. And lastly, where can you go to access the Register of Deeds' website? You can go to www.wykokck.org/department/register of deeds. If you have any other questions or would like to contact the Office of the Register of Deeds, you can call 913-573-2841. If you try to call the office for free legal advice, unfortunately, the Register of Deeds cannot help you. They cannot give out legal advice, but they may be able to help you with any other questions you may have. If you like our content, check out the Unified Government of Wyandotte County, Kansas City, Kansas's YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/c/unifiedgovernment. Once there, click the playlist tab and choose Wyandotte Leavenworth Area Agency on Aging. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. You can join us on our Facebook group, Wyandotte Leavenworth Area Agency on Aging, or or you can follow us on Nextdoor at Wyco Aging Department. If you'd like to speak with the Council on Aging, their office is located at 1830 South Broadway Street in Leavenworth, Kansas. Their main office phone number is 913-684-0777, and their office hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or if you'd like to get in touch with the Wyandotte Leavenworth Area Agency on Aging, their office is located at 849 North 47th Street, Suite C in Kansas City, Kansas. Their main office phone number is 913-573-8531. You can visit their webpage at www.wycokck.org/aging, or you can email them at 60plus@wycokck.org. Their office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. On behalf of the Area Agency on Aging, we'd like to thank you for joining us today and hope the information that we have provided has been helpful to you. Be sure to check out more of our videos and have a great day.